My two little girls are sitting there prettily and enjoying some shredded carrots. I just thought that was really cute. I actually held on to the glass when I first gave it to them, and they actually took it, like ate some of it out of the bowl while I was holding it, so that was pretty cute. I really didn't expect them to, because I expect them to be skittish. I noticed that if I play the computer while most of the day, they seem to have gotten less skittish because I guess of the constant sound. But whereas if my room is constantly quiet, anytime there's a sudden movement or sound, they get really scared. So even if I'm not watching any TV, I'm going to just broadcast TV episodes over and over, and hopefully that will make them less skittish, because it seems to work. Just suddenly, this morning, they weren't very comfortable with me, but then all of a sudden this afternoon, after hearing about 3 hours of TV shows playing, they didn't even run when I lifted the igloo. So it's the same with my hamsters. They were all skittish too when I first got them, but yeah. So I did fill it kind of with bedding. I haven't put as much in because I wanted to see what would happen first, because I do want to leave a little bit of room. I don't want this stuff ending up in the food bowls, because then if they pee, it's gonna absorb both ends of the bedding strips and it's gonna get their food all dirty. So I want to see how much is too much before I fill it. But of course I have tons and tons and tons of this stuff. I am going to switch my hamsters back, at least temporarily, to Carefresh. It's not the ideal brand, given what I've experienced with this bedding strip. I much more prefer this, but I am busy selling Lego online and dealing with the buyers and pushing them back several times now. It's getting to a point where I'm feeling embarrassed that I keep pushing these guys back, because I have to deal with cleaning them up, the bedding and stuff like that. So I'm going to take a break with the bedding strips with my hamsters. It's not going to hurt them to go with Carefresh. It's just that bedding strips is 100% dust free, which means cleanup of their bins is faster. It doesn't mean that the bedding strips compared to Carefresh is any better or worse. It's just I prefer to have no dust. I mean, the Carefresh doesn't smell if your nose isn't that great, but it actually does have a smell. Now, what kind of smell that is, I don't know. It smells like a really sterilized bleach kind of smell. It does have a smell, whereas my bedding strip only smells as much as whatever soap I use to clean it. And I happen to like apple scent. And so far, my guinea pigs haven't eaten any, so obviously it's not really apple scented soap, because otherwise I'm pretty sure they start nibbling on it. So yeah. I don't know if I'm going to have time. I really originally wanted to expand this thing, but I might actually wait until the end of the week when I change their sheets, the bedwet sheets, because I think it would be simpler. So yeah, I'm going to head out in about 20 minutes to go get more Carefresh, because it's only on for $27. It's regular $34.99 for 50 liters at PetSmart, so I'm actually going to go out and get 2 more bags, because my hamsters, I have 6 of these bins. They're 100-liter tubs, and I usually fill it up to where the food dish is, so about maybe an inch, so or more in some areas. So I end up using up a lot of Carefresh. I mean, one of those bags of Carefresh over there by the closet there will only last me less than a month. So if I buy 2 more bags, that's 3 bags total, 150 liters. It will last me a little over 2 months. So that'll give me, well, it's end of August, so September and October. So it'll give me about 2 months to get things together, and then I'll reconsider which is best, because there is one downside to using this stuff in the hamsters bins, and that is the sunflower seeds and poop and stuff. You do still have to rinse it all out, and rinsing such a large quantity of so many bins is what takes so long. It's not the matter of how well they rinse out, it's just I have so much bedding to do. I'm doing it in small chunks, so this bin here is half size, it's 55 liters. It would take two cycles, meaning I have to split this into half, and this will fit in 1 tub. I'll wash it about 4 or 5 rinses, not including the soap rinse and everything else, and then not including after the soap, the final couple rinses to get the soap out. So we're talking about 6, 7, 8 cycles of water. So filling the tub completely, sloshing it around, And so then I have to do this one, and you can imagine up here it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. So that's 5 and 6, 7, 8, and of course that's only 2 of the 100-liter bins, and I have 4 more of those too. So yeah, it was a 2-hour job, including the guinea pigs ones. So I am gonna try using Carefresh and seeing if it's any better. Because if I use Carefresh here, all I have to do is dump it. The only downside is it's got a little bit of dust, and I don't like it. But I can live with it compared to spending 2 hours trying to wash it and then another 6 hours if it's sunny out to dry it. Otherwise, indoors it would take 2, 3, 4 days. And because I wash these guys' bins out every 4 or 5 days, except this week I've only done it once in 6 days. So I'm really pushing it. It's just not possible right now with the new guinea pigs and me trying to sell stuff online. So yeah. But as you can see, once I take the igloo out, these guys are really, really comfortable. I haven't given them a name, and I will keep that promise. I will give them a name by the time I go to bed. And I will not go to bed until I give them one. And I will not make up just any dumb name just to go to bed. So these little cuties are going to have a name by the time I go to bed tonight. By midnight. Promise. But so far it's a pretty big cage, so it's not a big concern because they're only 3 months old. And this thing I think is almost 8 square feet. So that's quite a lot. I really like the sounds. I love it when they just squeak because I grab them and they don't like it. I really like hearing them squeak. I can't wait till one day when I come home and they see me and they squeak because I love the sound. Alright, I gotta go. It's about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go eat something and then I gotta go head out and buy these, these guys more bedding so that these guys can use this bedding. Because making this bedding takes about an hour. Obtaining it takes about an hour and a half from the store to get it home. And then, so yeah, and then of course I have to do an initial wash because otherwise these things are flat to begin with. They're flat strips. They look like 6" by 1". So after they've been washed, they crumple like this and it looks really pretty. And of course also I have to make sure the store has it in stock because they don't usually carry all 3 colors in 40s. They only carry them in the 10s, and the 10s comes out to be really expensive then. So I usually buy 120 sheets, 40 of each color. And this is, I currently have 280 sheets. But if I was going to use it for the guinea pigs and the hamsters, I wouldn't have enough. So, yeah. Okay, I gotta go eat.